podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, he means always, they mean always, you mean always, she means always, an instant classic.
Danny Dunn! Hi, Jake.
We will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
Okay, what is going on, everybody? This is your boy Juggernaut 097, bringing you guys my WWE Hell in the Cell 2021 review. And before we get started with this review, go follow me on all my social media platforms. Go follow me on Twitter at TheTrueJSB, and go follow me on Instagram, TheTrueJSB. And while you're at it, go subscribe to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast as well. The only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an Instant Classic. You mean always. Everybody means always an Instant Classic. So, Hell in a Cell was on, Peacock and the WWE Network this past Sunday, which, so this was, I'm happy that this was the last Thunderdome. This was the last Thunderdome pay-per-view. I'm really happy about that. It's going to be nice to see actual fans back. It was nice to see fans back at WrestleMania, but it's going to be nice to see fans back. For like a full crowd at a pay-per-view, which I think it was smart for them to move Money in the Bank to July and have and then, of course, Extreme Rules is going to be moved to October, and then they move Hell in a Cell to June. I thought that was a pretty smart idea, because I feel like Hell in a Cell is kind of like a good pay-per-view to do like in the Thunderdome. And Hell in a Cell was a really good show last year. But this year, there wasn't really any bad matches, but like nothing like that really got me excited. Go like, oh yeah, I need to watch this show, or I need to watch these matches. I was just watching to watch it. Like, I really wasn't excited during a whole lot of this show. And a lot of these, just like rematches, like we've seen from WrestleMania, or like we've seen on Monday Night Raw, or whatnot. And of course, we didn't have the Roman Reigns and Rey Mysterio match, which I don't think, even if they did have that match, I don't think that match would have helped out. Like, help make I think it would have made it a little better, but it wouldn't go like, oh yeah, make it the best show. No, I don't think it would have done that. But kind of my overall thoughts, it was a show, as Casey would say, it was a show. Nothing great, nothing like exciting. It was just, solid night of wrestling. Some finishes weren't the greatest, which we'll get into that in a minute here. But yeah, let's just quit wasting time. Let's get started with this review. So the first match that kicked off the show, we're not going to talk about the kickoff. Actually, yeah, we're not going to talk about the kickoff. But the first match that kicked off the show was the WWE Smackdown Women's Championship match. In the Hell in a Cell, we have Bianca Belair defending the Smackdown Women's Championship against Bayley. Now, overall, I thought this match was probably the best match of the night. This was some really good stuff here. Bayley was, really trying to use the hair of Bianca during this match. Like, she even, I think it was kind of getting a little too redundant here. Because, we saw it, back at WrestleMania, with during the Bianca and Sasha match, her implementing her hair as a weapon and stuff. But like it, and then we saw that backlash, WrestleMania backlash with Bianca used her hair to get the win. And they just keep doing this at every single pay-per-view. It doesn't really feel special anymore. I don't mind if they do it once in a while, but like every single show, they settle down with it a little bit. But yeah, Bayley tried to, tie up Bianca's hair in the match, which was really interesting. Even Bianca tied up her hair to of Bayley's wrist. So she kind of was like using her hair as like kind of like a strap match. It's kind of like a strap match for a little bit inside the Hell in a Cell, which was really interesting. There was a really good spotlight there in the match where Bianca Belair, it was Bayley who did a sunset flip power bomb into the cell. That was a nice spot. And there's actually one thing I want to miss with the whole Thunderdome. When these wrestlers, they can hear like commentary and stuff, and like when Bayley was getting out kendo sticks, Michael Cole was saying, "Oh yeah, she tried to do that at last year's Hell in a Cell in that Sasha Banks match." Like I remember when she was just trying to put those kendo sticks, like she was putting them at weird angles, like nobody knew what she was trying to do, and even Michael Cole, he was confused what she was actually trying to do. But like she was trying to wedge him in between like the ring and the cage, or in the cell. But that kind of backfired on her. She told Michael Cole to shut up, and she got spine busted into those kendo sticks, which I thought that was a pretty cool spot in the match. I mean, we even saw a ladder get pulled out during this match. I mean, the ending came when Bianca Belair, she did a senton on the ladder to Bayley, and then I like how she set up the KOD. She hit the KOD on the ladder, the kiss of death. Like that spot looked crazy. Like that was a really good spot in the match. But no, it was just a solid match. I mean, it's not better than it's not better than the Bayley and Sasha Banks match from last year, but I mean, it was a solid match nonetheless. And then the next match we had was Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. I thought this was another solid wrestling match here. And go ask DJ. He loves the finish. He loves these, the fruit roll up finishes. The roll up finishes here. Yeah, this match ended up in a roll up. I mean, solid wrestling here. A lot of striking that they did in this match. Really hard hitting match here. And I like the kind of like the transitions that Cesaro was doing, like with the submission stuff, trying different submission moves here, which I thought was pretty cool. Seth Rollins, he was just being like really aggressive in the match, which I kind of don't really understand this like whole storyline here, because like Seth Rollins is jealous of Cesaro, saying, "Hey, you should respect me," but I think it should be the other way around, because Seth Rollins has gotten so much more accomplishments, even back when they were on their indie days in Ring of Honor and all the indie promotions and stuff. He's got so much more accomplishments. So it feels like Cesaro should be the one who's kind of bitter and like go like, "Hey, you should show me some respect. I want to, show me that attention and stuff." But no, this was really a solid match, and I enjoyed it. I mean, both guys really worked really well together. I mean, I didn't really like the ending of this match when it came to a small package. Like I don't really like roll finishes. I understand they're trying to protect Cesaro, so they go like, "Hey, let's just have him win by a roll up." And so now the matches, even now they're one match apiece, because Cesaro won the first match at WrestleMania, and then they didn't do a match at Backlash because Cesaro had a match with Roman Reigns. So now they're tied up 1-1. So they probably, maybe, who knows, maybe they have a rubber match at Money in the Bank or something. I don't know. That could happen, but it was a solid match though, nonetheless. And then the next match we had was Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler. Oh man, I mean, this was just like a Raw match, like something I really wasn't caring about. I mean, I have to give it to Alexa Bliss here. I mean, she is trying, with this whole crazy like lunatic like demon powers gimmick. I'll give it to her with that. Within even Bray Wyatt not being there. I mean, she's doing the best of this character. But when fans get back, I don't really know how this is gonna work and stuff. Like, I don't know how fans are gonna be reacting to this.
So I think, I want them to go back to, using Alexa Bliss, as, just normal Alexa Bliss, 'cause, without having all this demon, like demonic powers type of stuff or whatever she's doing, these weird spooky powers. She's really good, and I mean, they're making the best of this, and she's really getting overprotected here and stuff with this whole gimmick that she's doing, because like making Shayna Baszler lose, but I mean, it's kind of unfortunate because Shayna Baszler, like, she's really badass. I mean, she's one of the most badass girls. I mean, women's in this, company, and they're making her lose. This doesn't make sense. But like, I kind of like how they kind of played in with this match here. When they didn't, Shayna Baszler didn't want to look into the eyes of Alexa Bliss here, which I thought was interesting. That's kind of where she gets her powers from. They get like to a trance. I mean, we saw Nia Jax get like hypnotized or whatever, and then she slapped Reginald. And of course, Alexa Bliss won by the Twisted Bliss, and that was that. I mean, yeah, I mean, it was nice what Shayna Baszler was doing in the match. She worked pretty good in the match when she was working on, doing some like joint manipulation, working on the fingies, working on the arms, that joint manipulation. But I mean, other than that, I mean, this was just a match. I didn't really care for this match. Like I said, once fans get back, that I don't think they're going to be able to do this much anymore. Because I mean, the Thunderdome has kind of helped out for doing all this like cinematic type of stuff. But like I said, once fans are back, no more of this stuff here. No more. And then the next match we had was Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. And I thought this was, a pretty solid match. But, these guys are kind of, in this match, they're kind of looking up to, like, they're getting up there in age, like they're around their like 40s, which I'm not sure how old these guys are and stuff, but they kind of look like they're getting up there in age. This was like a really brawling match and stuff. I mean, Sami Zayn, he was working on Kevin Owens' arm a lot during this match. I like the selling that Kevin Owens was doing, going after the neck and throat. Kevin Owens was like coughing during the whole match. But even Kevin Owens, he had to hit the stunner like with one arm during the match. I mean, so like he was, really selling this arm, using one arm in this match here. And then Sami Zayn, I like that like half and half suplex he did during the match. I thought that was a pretty cool spot. And, of course, it was Sami Zayn. He won by a Helluva Kick, which was nice to see Sami Zayn win on a pay-per-view. But, man, I tell you, like, I mean, this wasn't a bad match. But, man, I don't know how much these guys can go much more. Like, they looks like they're really getting up there in age, to be honest. Like, not gonna lie. But, I thought it was a good match. These guys never really disappoint when they get in the ring, but it's not like anything you see on the indies, like back in Ring of Honor or PWG. But it is still some solid stuff here. And it's not better than their payback match, because their payback match was really good that they had a few years ago. I think that was my favorite match from them too on the main roster. And then the next match we had was the WWE Raw Women's Championship match. We had Rhea Ripley defending the title against Charlotte Flair. And you know what? I tell you, their last match, the match they had at WrestleMania 36 last year, I definitely think that was a lot better than this match here. But I like kind of how Charlotte, she was, being like really dirty in this match, trying to prove Rhea Ripley a point and go like, hey, that's a lesson you learn here. So I kind of like that there. There were some points where I thought that Charlotte was actually going to win this match. When she had on the finger four at the last, at the last few minutes of the match, I thought she was going to win. I really did. There were points I thought she was going to win, and Charlotte working on Rhea Ripley's leg during the match. Rhea Ripley doing a lot of selling. But the ending, kind of really surprised me. Like using the hood of the table, like throwing it off into Rhea Ripley's face, or was it the other way around? No. It was Charlotte thrown off into Rhea Ripley's face, which I thought that was kind of surprising. That's the way it ended by DQ. Like you never really see that end, like that type of ending by DQ, like throwing the hood into the face of somebody or the top of the announce table. You just never really see that. But like I said, they're still trying to protect Charlotte and stuff. So, and of course, they're going to have a rematch at Money in the Bank, which I wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte takes it there. But yeah, I was the ending came at a surprise to me. With a disqualification, which I hate disqualification wins. I really do. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we really wasn't a big fan of this match here. And then next match we had was the main event. We had a WWE Championship match and a Hell in a Cell match. We have Bobby Lashley defending the title against Drew McIntyre. I mean, this was a decent match here. I mean, it was kind of weird seeing, Bobby Lashley inside the Hell in a Cell match. Yeah, I mean, it was weird seeing him like use all these different like weapons and stuff. Like when they're having like a normal, like hitting power bombs, and big moves, like not using any weapons and stuff, they do fine. But like kind of doing this stuff, it just Bobby Lashley really doesn't fit this style of match for me. I don't know why he just doesn't. But I thought it was an alright match. I mean, we saw MVP get involved during the match, kind of distract, he get inside the Hell in a Cell and distract Drew McIntyre during the match. I about lost my train of thought there, but yeah, distract Drew McIntyre. And Bobby Lashley getting the like small packet, getting the roll up win there. Like I said, DJ loves them fruit roll up wins. Loves them roll ups. And there was a really cool spotlight in the match when Bobby Lashley or MVP slid the did the whole candles or the cane spot in the match. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, this was just a decent match, nothing crazy. I don't think anybody would, kind of go back and watch this match. Like, I definitely think the WrestleMania match was a lot better. But I mean, at least we're gonna get something. And it feels like this rivalry has been going on for like a year, which it really hasn't. It's probably been going on for like 4 months. But like this rivalry feels like so drawn out, and I'm tired of seeing Drew McIntyre in the main event picture. Like I'm ready for somebody new there to go up against Bobby Lashley. And of course, Drew McIntyre, he's always going to be the main event from now on. He's really good. I understand that, but like I'm ready to see some fresh new matches. And once the end of the summertime here, they're going to have the WWE draft like in August, so that's going to be nice to see. It's kind of some fresh matches, and actually seeing fans back is going to be really nice. In July, no more of this Thunderdome, so that's going to be positive. This is going to bring life back into wrestling a little bit, because right now it's been kind of weak a little bit. I haven't been tuned in to much, Raw and stuff. I mean, Smackdown is a different story, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be nice to see the Thunderdome go, and hopefully, they kind of get rid of Hell in a Cell as a pay-per-view, because like I said, I hate these match gimmicky pay-per-views. Never been a fan of them at all. But yeah, now I'm kind of just rambling on. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that smash that like button, and also turn on that post notification button every time I make a new video. and hit that subscribe button for more videos. And also, follow me on all my social media platforms. And this is your boy Juggernaut saying peace out, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.